June 27th, you got Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas in Brooklyn. Xander Zayas, the unified champion at 154 pounds. Taking 2 straps away. And then you got Jaron Boots Ennis moving up a division, but also a unified champion at welterweight. One's from Puerto Rico, the other one's from Philadelphia. What you think about that matchup?
Oh, you already know what happened.
Talk to me.
That's a great fight. To me, that's a 50-50 fight. These guys are coming with everything. Whoever wins that fight is going to be on top. I've been watching both since they started their career, and they've been doing good. That's why they're facing each other, and it's a good fight, different styles, and let's see who work harder and who's more disciplined and who wants to go to the next level.
One thing to say, Boots is this future superstar. He beat this guy and that guy and that guy. Meantime, when you actually make the fights, and it's like, oh, he's really going to fight that guy? Is he going to win? Where are you with this?
Where I am, Max, is I want to give a lot of credit to Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas, young guy, he wanted this fight. He called for the fight, and he made it happen quick after the Virgil Ortiz-Boots fight fell apart. So fair play to Xander. He has a lot of confidence in himself, even though he's going to be the underdog. And you're right, Boots hasn't proven anything yet. Not his fault, but he hasn't fought anyone. He looks special. Now we're going to find out, is he special?
So the thing about Xander, you're right, you got to give him props, is when you have a built-in fan base. In other words, it's not just that you're of a certain ethnic or national group, but you're undefeated. You've been groomed and promoted as maybe the future star that group's fan base will follow. You're risking a lot because you have a built-in economic engine behind you. And when you're a guy who can be put in a position to pick and choose, and you choose Bootscape, what does that say?
Absolutely. This is a fight he definitely didn't have to take, man. He's a 2-division champion right now. And for him to choose the toughest guy on paper right now, skill-wise, Boots, it's crazy. It's crazy. He could have went a different route, but he chose.
He got a great coach, too. And, I think he's going to be able to pull it off. And yeah, I fought Boots too. That was a long time ago. But he's definitely savvy as well and crafty in the ring. So hopefully he's able to, we'll see if he gets to land any of those shots on Xander. But I think a lot of people underestimating Xander's abilities. I think they're going more for the flashy stuff, what they see with Boots. And they're putting more weight on the flashiness than the actual efficiency of Xander. Boots ain't knocking Xander out, I'll tell you that right now.
He's a big kid.
Yeah.
He's a big kid. Because, that was one thing about, us, following his career. He gets signed at 16, and then, it was, a crazy growth spurt. I don't know, in the last, 3 years, he just became a lot bigger.
You grow. You talking about 16? Those are your growing years, man. You keep growing till you're 26, 28. You don't keep growing, so
he's
still young. Yeah, he's still gonna keep growing.
Zayas, young guy, he wanted this fight. He called for the fight. He made it happen quick after the Virgil Ortiz-Boots fight fell apart. So fair play to Xander. He has a lot of confidence in himself, even though he's going to be the underdog. And you're right, Boots hasn't proven anything yet. Not his fault, but he hasn't fought anyone. He looks special. Now we're going to find out, is he special? And I think this is a great business move for Xander, too. He's going to get a career-high payday, and like you said, 190 he walks around at. He hasn't had much more time at 154.
Yeah. And also, I'm thinking about is if you really watch Boots, Boots does look special all the time. But there's cases where he gets hit a lot. And you're like, man, for you to be so good and so special, why are you getting hit from some of these lower class?
Boots' opposition in his last fight doesn't prepare him fully, for this fight. But Boots is a former champion. And Boots is young and on the grind and has been waiting to make a big statement. And this is that, there's always windows and opportunities. I remember when Paulie Malignaggi became world champion at 147, and I was like, who did he just fight? And then boom, he was overseas and he was able to get a title, you know? So not only does he get to fight a champion, but he gets to fight a unified champion. You take out one and you walk away with two.
I don't know. Xander can box. Xander is a big guy. He didn't filled out for the weight, you know what I'm saying? He's put on a little bit more muscle, you know? I don't know. I think he's...
He called his own?
It's not, yeah, definitely. And I think I don't want to overrate Karen, and I don't want to underrate him, you know, but I think if a guy like Karen can actually do even better, he did better even in the second fight, you know, so I don't, you know, I think Xander probably right there with him, so I will give it a good chance. I don't know, but I think it's an interesting fight because, I think Boots is the heir apparent. Everybody is waiting on Boots to outshine the pack, you know? So, you know, fighting for those 2 titles, you know, against a guy like Xander, he still got a lot to prove, but that goes right in the right direction. You know, that opens him up for the Kelly fight, which he's with over there with those guys. He can do that.
I definitely get the edge to Boots, but hey, I feel like I just want everybody to see it. But I think I know how it's gonna go. You know, I might put my bets in. But, you know,
you got a little smart.
I'm put my little bets in, but I feel like it's a good fight. I feel like this right here, his style, I feel like I'm gonna bring the best out of Boots. That's all I be want to see. I see Boots every day, but I feel like a lot of stuff that he do in a fight, a lot of stuff he doing in sparring, he haven't did in a fight yet. That I see in the gym. So it just take that, you know, like I said, you gotta take that one fighter to bring everything out of you. So I feel like he might be one of those fighters, but I seen in some interview that he said he gonna move a little bit, so no tell.
It's gonna come down to IQ. It's gonna come down to conditioning. It's gonna come down to pressure. It's gonna come down to what Xander is willing to go through. Xander is the champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boots is hungry because he want that respect and he want those titles. Xander got to figure out how far he willing to go.
Like everybody gotta come to me regardless through this weight division. Like I said before, I'm the cash cow of this division. If anybody want to fight, they gonna make the most money fighting me than anybody else. So I feel like I'm the cash cow of this division, and I'm the best of this division.
What do you think of Fundar's style? It's very unique.
I don't know. Like, he just tall. He's tall. Like I said, I don't watch him, so I can't really give you, sit here and like explain. Like when the time comes,